your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell out before you blow up a plane.
Basha K. Ali!
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what good you say I dabbled in stand-up or something. I haven't even disrespected you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt. I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another episode of the Chrissie Mayr podcast. You can listen to this fine podcast wherever fine podcasts are sold. iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, Rumble, Rockfin, Twitter, Twitch. I think that's about it. Facebook, for some reason, still. Hello. Before I bring on our fabulous guest, I have a stand-up comedy show to promote. Guys, exciting news. I am going to be back on the stage. Look, it's a very extreme close-up of me. I will be back on stage headlining in my first show since giving birth to a beautiful baby boy. He will not be at the show, but I will be at the show with my jokes. Next month, Saturday, July 20th, come see me. I will be performing at a cute little venue in Mount Kisco up here in Westchester called Jazz on Main. Tickets are on sale now. Go to jazzonmain.com. 7:00 show. I believe they have a delightful Mediterranean menu. I'm like, but you're not going for the food is fine. I haven't had the food, but the menu looks good. I mean, it's there's a nice font on the menu. I haven't tasted the food. How bad could it be? Come see me. Keanu Thompson will be featuring for me. So that's like in 3 weeks. Get your tickets now, guys. Can't wait to see you all back at it. Back doing comedy again. How exciting. Wowie wow. Okay. Guys, you know her. You love her. Yeah. If you haven't heard of her, you've been living under a rock the last couple of weeks. But I'm so happy I could snag her today for a little chat. Welcome to the show, Miss Lilly Gaddis from her door.
We're finally back with no technical difficulties, and hopefully the storm won't completely tank everything, right?
We tried to be on time, but so close to Juneteenth, we figured we would just celebrate the holiday late and start the show late.
It's an homage.
It's an homage. Yeah, we're not on time; we're in time. But my God, you've certainly had a very busy couple of weeks. I'm sure you've all seen Lily's TikToks by now, and like you had a pretty wild ride. You had these viral couple of TikToks. You were fired from your job. You were banned from TikTok. You said, guys, don't come after my job. Like, I don't know what your relationship was with your boss. Good for you though, for defending her and saying like, don't go after my former employer. Cause nobody I've ever worked for, like aside from Compound Media, every other person I've worked for in my regular day job life, I had 15 years of working in corporate jobs. I'd be like, fuck them. You know what I mean? I'd be like, go ahead. I'd be like, because I've just been fired a lot, and clearly I have a chip on my shoulder. But you were nice, and you were like, don't go after my former employer. God, then you got how many Twitter followers are you up to now? 100,000 or so?
It's something like that, yeah.
130,000 followers in maybe a week. Just like tell me how you're feeling. Like, and all the while getting shit on a lot of people coming after you for not being, I guess, what they hoped you would be, what they thought you would be. Just Just tell me what your, like, thoughts and feelings are over this whole ride for you so
Right.
far.
I mean, it's kind of like crazy because I had like the whole normal thing. You know, I went to college, got out, got the entry level like marketing job and whatever. Had everything kind of like figured out, and then that like got nuked overnight. You know, for my own, like, that was my own fault. Like, I should have known. I think whenever you are like, you don't know about this whole kind of world, you're very naive. So I went into it like, you know, I had a decent amount of little followers on my TikTok and whatever, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make some like videos talking about things that like a lot of people relate with. It wasn't like super political. It was more just kind of common sense takes on like cultural issues and some politics sprinkled in there. Never thought it would like go off like this. You know, I was always like, well, I'll red pill like the little followers that I have, but it's never gonna go anywhere. So I just was very naive. You know, I misjudged the situation. Had a couple of them, like you said, they kind of just blew up for whatever reason. You know, and kind of tossed me into this world. I'm not upset about it though, because I had always like, I'd listen to, you know, people like, I listened to Compound Media, I listened to Censored TV. I always thought you were funny. That's why I followed you. So I was like, oh, she's funny.
Aw.
And, but yeah, I was never like super involved in politics or whatever, just kind of like on the outskirts listening. I think now that I've gotten thrown into this, it's like, you know, it's kind of wild, but you get used to it and you roll with the punches. So I'm just trying to figure out, okay, where do I go from here? Like, I'm basically unemployable now. And it just takes
No,
one
don't
Google
say
search.
that.
Just one Google search. So yeah, we're just trying to figure it out. Like, where do we go from
Do
here?
you even want, like, would you want to, if you could undo the last, couple of months, would you, just to be, you know, what you think is employable? I don't think you're unemployable, but would you undo it all?
You know what? I don't think so. Like, I think in any time, like even mistakes that I've made in my life and whatever, it's like when I think about it, I'm like, well, if would I do undo that? Because no, I don't think I would, because you always, with all the bad, there's always some good, you know. And I think things are meant to be. And you know, we are in a bad place in our country where you can't say anything. Like the fact that this blew up and it was nothing. It wasn't like, it wasn't racist. It wasn't even anything crazy. Like the video was just very just like, you know, vanilla. But the fact that
Which video? The one where you're like broke ass N words?
yeah, the fact that people freaked out over that just goes to show like what a bad place we are in our country.
Did
You
you
know?
mean it? Did you mean it like guys in the general sense, or did you mean like
Yes.
all my friends are with like broke black dudes?
No,
Okay.
actually, no, no. All my friends are just married to normal dudes. They're just normal broke dudes. But no,
Okay.
it wasn't meant racially at all. Actually, like
Okay.
I hadn't even noticed I had said that until I started getting all the comments, and I was like, oh my god, did I say that?
You're like, I've been saying the N word like how we say y'all, you know,
Yes,
just
yes,
everyone.
exactly, exactly.
That's funny. I don't know a lot of people, well, that use the word that way. Whatever. Not that I'm like afraid of it. I have a very good friend named Gino Visconti, also on Compound Media, who he always says like words only have as much power as you give them. And I believe in that. Like I don't really go around saying it, I guess cuz I don't really want to get punched in the head or
Right.
people are already pepper spraying me at shows. So but no, I don't know. If there was if it was really called for, like if I had a very funny joke where I needed to say, I'd be like, sure. But um I do believe that words only have the power that you give to them. And if a word has the power to like rile you up to the point of violence, then I think you should really take a look at yourself, because
Right.
I always say we're only as strong as our triggers. And if a single word can trigger you to act poorly, then that's on you. That's not on the word or the person who says the word, because that
Right.
means you can be controlled in a sense. So I thought that was funny, and it just you've had such a ride, and then so when did you graduate college?
I graduated in 2023, so that's like last year.
Okay. Where did you go to school?
So I went to Western Carolina University first of all, but it was like I was always getting into it with my professors and stuff. Like they would really piss me off. So I okay. So the last class I had, it was syllabus day, And the professor, she was up like this. Are you allowed to swear on the show?
Just not the C word.
I won't.
Look at me. I
Okay.
sound like such a old biddy, but whatever. I
Okay, I won't.
so
Well, let's
nuts.
just say she was a very unpleasant woman. And she went on like a 30-minute tirade against Trump and conservatives and whatever.
Oh
I
boy.
ended up getting up, standing up, and walking out of class, and I dropped out that day.
Did you
I
really?
applied, yeah,
Wow.
I applied to Liberty University, and I went there for the last like year of that I had left. I went there online and stuff, so I technically graduated from Liberty, but most of my time was
Okay.
at Western Carolina.
Okay. Did
Yeah.
you like what was your major? Did you major in politics or did you have any interest in politics or more just uh kind of just culturally like
I got a
dabbling in politics?
Yeah, I got a communications degree because it was the only degree I could find.
Same,
Like,
me
really?
too. Communications, media studies minor, perhaps the most useless major other than psych.
Mhm. Oh,
Um,
100%.
yeah, but here
I
we are
only chose that.
communicating, so I
I
guess we're
know,
using
right?
it. Yeah.
I chose that because I didn't have any math because I'm really stupid when it comes to math. Like, I can't do numbers, math, any of that. So it's like, okay,
Mm.
communication sounds easy enough.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. My mom was always like, "Chrissy, if you go to college and you study really hard, like you could be," and she would say it with a Long Island accent. She'd be like, "Chrissy, you could be anybody's assistant you want." Like that was her high hopes for me. And she's like, "Maybe
Yeah.
you could work in a hotel. Maybe you could work in a hotel in New York City if you play your cards right." Uh, so okay, that's neat. What does your like family think of this? Are you an only child?
No, I have 4 brothers. So,
Okay.
yeah, they were not pleased. They were not pleased at first. They're trying to get into they want to be country singers, so they felt like I would be a liability to that a little bit.
They're probably
But
jealous because they're like, "We wanted to go viral," and you're like, "You could say the N word in a song, but nothing's stopping you from doing that."
right? No, it's at first there's a little because we're not used to this. Like I didn't realize how I had always heard about like doxing and calling people up and death threats and all that, but like you don't realize it till it happens to you. So yeah, they were all like taken aback, but then they get over it and we have all rallied together, so we're all fine now.
So you have multiple brothers who all wanna be country singers.
Well, two of them want to be country singers.
Do they wanna team up or do they wanna compete against each other?
I don't know. I don't think that I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the business plan yet.
You
They're just
have they given you a demo tape? Okay.
no.
Wow, okay. And what does the other one wanna be?
He's not sure yet.
Okay.
Hmm.
Aw, alright. It's funny. I mean, it's not funny to get death threats. I've gotten
Right.
some, but then you realize you're like, "Oh, these it's all talk."
Right.
Most people are full of hot air. Even people who've called in death threats to, like, my phone or, like, gotten a relative's phone number and called in some kinda
Right.
nasty it's like then you're like, "Oh, this person lives in Iowa. I'll never see this person. They'll never, uh, be part of my real life." It's just but it is a little scary at first.
Mhm.
So you go viral, you get all these followers, you go on shows, and then how do you end up at the, was it the America First, political action campaign? That's like what festival, like, what is it called?
Yeah.
How did you go? Did you wanna go to that? Did someone reach out to you about going to that?
Yeah, so I didn't even know that that was happening. I had always heard, I'd heard about the Turning Point AFPAC or whatever, but like I say, I'd always been political and like outspoken, but I'd never been like, I know a lot of people are part of like the Turning Point chapter at their colleges or whatever, or in the Young Republicans. I was never like a part of those kind of clubs, so I was like curious to see what it was like. What's America First? Like I knew about like Nick Fuentes and whatever. I never listened to his show per se, but I kind of like knew of him. And then I heard America First, and I was like, hell yeah, that's what we need more in this country is America First. So I was like, I'm gonna go up there and check it out. And I was invited to like join a group of people. So I was like, okay, cool, because obviously I'm not gonna go by myself. So I kind of just tagged along with my group. We went to Turning Point for like an hour, and then we ended up going to AFPAC, and that was like a lot of craziness. Not what I expected it to be, but it was fun.
What did you expect?
I don't know. I guess I expected it to be more like I just was not prepared for the whole culture of the America First movement, which I did not know that's what it was about. I thought it was like, the young
More
Republicans.
broad. Okay.
Right.
I've never been to an America First thing. I went to only one Turning Point, thing back in December in Phoenix. That
Okay.
was pretty cool, and I got invited to go to that, and I was shocked. I was like, "Little old me," and then I ended up, renting a media table, and I did live streaming from there because I was like, "I don't wanna
Okay.
go and just, like, walk around." I was like, "I feel like I need to be doing something," so I just and I was pregnant, so I was like it was hard for me to walk and carry all my equipment, but I had a couple friends helping me, but it is a little it's funny, it's there's kinda 2 sides to it, like, you could go as a kind of regular person taking it all in, but there's this sense of, like, oh, if you wanna be on the inside circle and sort of climb the ranks and be a speaker, then you do have to kind of, um, you know, it's political. Yeah, it's about
Yeah.
who you know, it's about how you behave, who likes you, who doesn't like you. Um, it's interesting. There's and you in a couple of your videos, you talk about cliques, like high school, like these people that like Fauci and Gates, they're the nerds that back in high school who didn't get laid, and now they're trying to take over the world, and they're drunk with power. It's if only someone could have blown them in high school, we'd all be better off by now. But then you grow up and you realize, like, there are cliques in every industry. There's cliques in the comedy world. There's cliques among YouTubers. There are cliques at uh, these events, and, you kind of like I guess hang around the scene long enough, you'll have people that'll misunderstand you purposely or by accident, and then you'll have people who will kind of do you wrong, and you won't be able to explain it to them. They'll just kind of write you off, and it'll be unfair, and that's life, so you just kinda have to, like, wade through it, and I feel like that's kind of what you went through. Like, people see you, they looked at your TikToks, they're like, "Oh, she's gorgeous, she's in an apron, she's wearing a cross necklace, like, I'm listening," and then when you weren't exactly what they thought you would be, they, you know, came after you for being a single mom, like, came after you for who knows what, and, I guess I feel you on that because I've had people come after me for, "Oh god, how dare you have a baby, over the age of 35," or like, "How dare you get married," well, really, it's mostly Pearl who,
Uh-oh.
no, we'll make up one day, I think. Who kn Probably not. She hates me. She I asked her on the podcast, she said
Catfights usually do not involve.
she won't come on the podcast for less than $5,000. So, I was like, "Well, I don't have Pearl money." I was like, "I have some old Dunkin' Donuts coupons in the bottom
Yeah.
of my purse, but that's about it." So, anyway, I feel for you, like, I saw people kind of, like, coming after you, like, angry that you were not this perfect thing or, like, this perfect trad wife or mother or anything because those things aren't real. I think the number of people who perfectly fit into that box is so few,
Yeah.
it's not even worth discussing, and those people are not even online. You wanna find the most trad wife and mom, they're not online, they don't have Twitter accounts, they're probably Amish, so
Mhm.
what's
Yeah,
the
I know
point?
that is strange. Like, and that's something I did not know about, like, the whole internet. And I guess it's how people like idolize celebrities or whatever. They just kind of like project whatever on them. And which is kind of weird because then I'm sitting back here like, wait a minute. I've never said I was a trad wife. I've never set myself up to be like definitely I'm not a role model. I'm just like a normal person who's like shit's happened in my life. I've made mistakes and I've whatever. But yeah, it is kind of weird when people like want you to be this or that. And I'm like, I just kind of like I'm just doing my own thing. And if you like it, cool. If you don't, block me.
Do you feel like, when you were getting some of this hate, like, would people say, "Oh, you led us astray because you said this or that," like, do you feel like you misspoke at all, or do you wish you could go back and, like, change any of your videos, or you feel like clarify anything, or you're just like,
No,
fuck
my
it.
videos, like, that's just what I think, you know. So my videos, I would not change that. Now, as far as like the like you were talking about with the clicks, like even with the America First thing, I didn't realize that if you even like talk to somebody in another tribe or whatever, then the other people are mad. I didn't know that that's how it was.
Oh
I
god.
assumed you could like, you know, oh, I'm just gonna go check out this and I'll go check out that, you know, and then if you go there, you're a Nazi. If you go here, you're a shill for
What
Israel
are
or whatever.
what are the competing tribes that you can't, like, commingle in?
I think the two big ones is like the Turning Point and then the AFPAC. That seems to be a big one. And since I went
I
to
would
both,
think that they would be together. Shouldn't they have the same goals?
that's what I thought. I just assumed I thought AFPAC was like a little bit more radical Turning Point. I didn't
Okay.
realize it was like complete. Like I have put my foot in my mouth in so many instances just because I did not know how things worked, and I would talk to this person, talk to that person, and then that's a big no-no from somebody else. But
How could they expect you to know? How it like, you know what I mean?
again, I think it's
Who
this
would know
projection
this?
of like I guess people just assume that I like knew all about this, but I genuinely just went in blind and naive and stupid, and I've since learned like, oh wow, this is how it works. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, that just speaks, and no one should have expected you to know all this dumb inside baseball. I still don't know it, and I've been
Right.
sort of, I don't know, when did I sort of wake up? 2018? I still don't really know,
Hmm.
like, who's who, but I'm also coming from the comedy world and not the political world or whatever.
Right.
Um, okay, so then the America First people come at you. Why? Because you're a single mom, or is that it? Was that all?
I think that was just like fodder for them. Like that was striking gold. Like you know, you catch that and you're like, perfect. Like we can just basically discredit everything she says. And I don't really get why they cared. Like me going up to AFPAC was not me trying to become a groiper. You know, like everybody just
How
assumes
does
they're.
one become a groiper? Do you have to get a certain amount of, like, merit badges? Is it like, what's the process like? Do you have to do a
I
trust
don't know.
fall? I didn't know there was a process.
I don't know, but the way they were acting was as if I was like trying to rush their fraternity, and they were trying to like make sure I wasn't like a plant or whatever.
Oh,
So
but you're a
yeah,
woman. I don't know, I don't think there are female groypers.
no,
At first I thought they were groupers, which, and then I'm like, I looked up what is a groyper, but I had spelled it grouper, and all these fish pictures came up, and I was like, wow,
yeah,
I'm not doing this right. I'm like, like,
yeah,
I'm like, look at these fishy boys. Okay, so I didn't think anyone could join if you were a female. I didn't think that was
right.
allowed.
That's how they were acting. Like I was like, dude, I'm just up here taking it all in, you know. I'm just trying to see like who these people are, what all these little subsects of the right are. And yeah, but no, they loved the single mom thing. Like I obviously I'm not like pretending to be like again a role model or whatever. Like yeah, I fucked up. Duh.
Well, why do you
You know,
have to be a role model? Like, why does anybody with a Twitter handle have to be a role model? Like, why does anybody with a certain number of followers have to be
yeah.
a role model?
I don't know.
Like
I'm just
like
kind of like
OJ 's a role model. Like
no,
he's
exactly.
popular. He's still a
I know, and I think there's like the way I see it is there's a lot of representation for like the perfect girls. You know, there's like the who is it? Like Lauren Chin, she's one that comes to mind for like the
picture perfect.
perfect
She
people.
is stunning and
Yeah,
makes good content, and she's a
right,
beautiful child.
right.
Yeah, and she has little angel wings. No, she's
Yeah,
stunning. I watched her I'm friendly with her, and I met her for the first time. She was checking into the hotel at the Turning Point thing. She had not a stitch of makeup on, and she just was like, she's like, "Ah," like, I was like, "Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
god."
yeah.
Yeah,
So
she's
she
stunning.
can she can be the role model for like the perfect people. I'm like the voice for the imperfect people that have fucked up and are like have fun in their life and are just kind of like you know normal college girls who got a job and
And what are
so
you, like, 22 years old? Like, why would anyone expect you to be a role model? You're just out of college.
yeah, I'm 25. I'm just like you
Same
know
thing.
yeah
You're a child still. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's really silly, the expectation that just because you go viral over a couple of videos that you should be a role model, or that I mean, you're just one person, so that's a lot of pressure to put, uh, on somebody right away. But I think it was more so you're pretty, you're getting a lot of attention, you're getting on shows. Maybe people who have been like working and trying to get on shows for years, they get jealous and they go, okay, how do we take this person down because we see them as a threat, even though I don't think anybody should be compete. You're only in competition with yourself. So if anyone's threatened by you, it's because of they're just their own insecurities.
Right. I did think that was a little bit odd because I was like, wait, aren't we all like in this together, right? Like we have all isn't our main goal to like try to fix America? But apparently that's not how it is.
Oh my god. No. A lot
At
of it
all.
is just a popularity contest.
Yeah.
Do you so now that like all this I mean, maybe the dust hasn't settled. Maybe it's still dusty, but at this point, do you consider yourself like a conservative, a right winger? Where do you think you fall? Maybe like more libertarian.
Well, I could never be libertarian because I'm not pro open borders. Like I want those damn borders shut. But I don't know really. I guess conservative probably.
What do
I
you
don't
think?
think I'm good enough to be a conservative, but
Girl,
we're
me
trying to get there.
neither. Me neither. Somebody tagged me in a tweet, like, it was actually a bunch of girls, like, me, Pearl, Lauren Chen, like, a bunch of people, like, "Oh, Chrissie Mayr didn't lose her virginity to her husband," and it was just saying that, like, about everybody. I'm like, "Who cares?" I'm not even going around saying people should wait till marriage to lose their
Right,
virginity. It just people are determined to misunderstand you. I think just to step on your head to make a point to
right.
there's this book that I really love that was recommended to me the first time I got canceled. It's called So You've Been Publicly Shamed. I think the
Oh no.
author's name is John Ronson or something like that. I could be wrong. But
Hmm.
it really put things into perspective. Like when you're somebody who, and I'm sorry to my chat who's heard me talk about this a million times, but if you're somebody who's currently being canceled, the sort of mob psychology that happens is like, well, let's use you as an example. Everyone's shitting on Lilly. She's up here. She's up here. And everyone's kind of like, most people are down here. Like everything ebbs and flows. But at the moment, people are like, oh, you're up here. You're getting a lot of attention. And so people down here go, well, I want to be up there. I want to get attention like Lilly. So they'll step on your head. They'll literally come for you and be like, oh, this is what I have to say about her, just so
Yeah.
they can raise their own profile. And then everybody else is doing the same thing, raising their profile. We're all on this, so everyone's up on this level, and they can kind of see, oh, who am I on this level with? Then you realize it has little to do with you, and mostly to do with everyone else's attempt to kind of be seen by the right people and to get attention for themselves. I'm
That's
explaining it
true.
poorly.
No, no, no. I get what you're saying. That's definitely true, and I've kind of seen that firsthand. But like, it sucks at the end of the day because I'm like, this is why the country's falling apart because these are the people that are supposedly out there on the front lines fighting for us, and they're so busy like attacking their own. Like I'm like, I'm one of you
No,
guys. I
there's
might not
no
be
fighting.
perfect.
No, people who say I'm fighting, I'm doing this, we're doing work. No, you're not. You're on Twitter. You're doing
Yeah,
jack. Most people are doing jack shit
yeah.
to help this country. It's people who
Oh
are
yeah.
out there like what's that dude with the long hair? Scott Pressler
Oh
registering
yeah.
going to jails to register people to vote. That's doing work. Most
Right.
of like myself included doing jack shit to help anybody. I'm like I'm providing entertainment. I do stand up. Like I'm just trying to keep my kid alive, you know.
Right. I feel
So
that.
this sense that like, oh, you're getting in the way of our work. And it's like you're not most people are not like working. That just bothers me. So the loser theater kids, we
For
we
sure.
need we need to keep coming for them. Oh, Jake
Honestly,
posted
that is so true though. Like I have had so many people DM me, like big time people, and they were like, "Oh yeah, read this
big time
article."
people like who,
Oh,
Lily?
I can't say because she said not to say, but she was like, "You are spot on with that. All my employers, they are the theater kids," and then I'm like, "It's true. It's
Is this
true."
somebody in entertainment or sports?
Entertain. Well,
Enter-
I guess like politics, kind of.
okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so like a political person.
Yeah, I know you're fishing for little hints right now.
Ooh. Okay. I love that though. Jake Holder says America First wants America First, not Israel.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't know why why that's an argument. Cole Hauser, what's up, buddy? Hey, Chrissy, great to see two hot white chicks on. Lily, you rock. Keep up the great work and continue to speak the truth. Thanks, Chrissy199. Aw, that's a FNT fan. K-Max, what's up, K-Max? Lily, you were at that AFPAC conference in Detroit. Oh, by the way, did you see Anthony Cumia? I think he was there.
I didn't. I was so bummed. I
Oh.
was like, dang, I can't believe he was there and I didn't see him.
Oh, okay. What was it like, and would any of the people there be worth an interview for Chrissy, most interesting person you met there?
Oof. I didn't really like. I'm so bad with names, to be honest. Like, I met a lot of people there, but I have no idea who they are or whatever. I would say there's definitely some cool people there. I would say, well, I was with, who did I go with? I went with Jake Shields, Sneeko, and like a couple other people that I can't remember who they were. That was kind of like the team that I was with. I think Jake is like one of those people that are actually trying to go out there and do something. He's an interesting guy. I don't think he's so like bought into one thing that he can't like, hear a lot of different takes. I would say he would probably
Okay.
be the one.
Is he an MMA fighter? I've heard the name before.
I think so. Yeah. He's like, I didn't know about him until like his group had like messaged me and invited me to come up there. But yeah, I think he was like a former MMA fighter.
Who was his group? Like who else was in that group?
It was, what was it called? It was this other girl. I think her name was Dr. Lupus. She was another one.
Okay.
And then some other people, like, again, I'm terrible with names. And then some other people that I don't remember, and they're going to be mad at me now.
Were you nervous? Like, hey, I'm about to go meet up with kind of a bunch of strangers in Detroit. Like, was that nerve-wracking?
Not really, because I had some other people that I was working with that they were like, oh, these are good people. Because obviously before I went there, I was like, okay, can you check these people out? Is this all right? So no, I wasn't worried about it. They were all like, I don't necessarily agree with everybody, but that doesn't mean that there's not good qualities to everyone. So no, they were all solid people. I felt very safe.
Okay, that's good. Did anybody reach out to you like wanting to like represent you, like be management or anything like that?
I had a few things, but the thing is, like, I don't want somebody to tell me what to say. Like, if it's something I already agree with, then cool. But if it's something that's more like, well, we want you to kind of be echoing this, then I'm like, I kind of started this whole thing just saying whatever I want, and I'd rather stay independent. Like, I want to work with people who I align with, but if it's something where I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna have to kind of read a script, then that's just not appealing.
Did you have anyone kind of reaching out to you, like essentially wanting you to read a script? Like, I'm not even in this world. Again, I'm just sort of like mostly do comedy and
Right.
stick around. But like,
Well, see,
did
you're
you
doing
have?
it right. Like, you can just talk about random things, and the comedy scene, I like that better because politics sucks.
It all sucks. I mean, also like comedy is very political too in that it's about your relationships. And I dated someone 10 years ago that the owner of a comedy club used to date, and then she banned me from her club. You know what I mean? That was in 2011, 2012, and now it's
Yeah.
2024, and this whole bag still has a grudge. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, there's just gonna be certain things that happen to you that are unfair, and
Right.
that are just gonna be like a roadblock. But whatever. At the same time, nobody forced. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to be doing comedy. I could dip out at any time. So it is what it is. I keep making this about me when it's about you, Lily. Did you have this idea that people were reaching out to you to kind of like, are people saying, like incentivizing you to be more for a certain idea or idea or like group of ideas than something else? Like you mentioned, like, I don't want to read a script.
Right. Well, the worst part is that there's not that many incentives. So I'm like, geez, if I'm going to read a script, at least I'd like to be paid for it. But a lot of these people, it's just kind of like they want you to trumpet their agenda. You know what I mean? And that just, I don't know. I don't like that. That's like, it just that's not fun, you know?
In exchange for what though?
Basically just like, this agenda, this is the best, you know, this is going to change the country. We want you to say this, you know, and you'll be
Wow.
part of our team, basically. But yeah, it's very weird. It's very
Well,
odd. I don't,
not for money, just saying like, you know, be
well,
with us and say
the
these
problem
bullet
is
points.
like, everybody, people think I'm making so much money off this. I'm like, this isn't the worst grift if there ever was one. But yeah, people don't want to, like, people do kind of want to rip you off. They don't really want you to pay you, and then they want you to like do all this work for them. So I've kind of just like backed off, where I'm like, I don't want to be associated with anyone, because A, it's not like what I agree with. B, I don't want to do what you tell me to. And C, you're not even wanting to give me a good deal, you know? So
Is it like, oh, if you make a couple of social media posts saying like XYZ or focusing on one idea, have anybody offered you money for like posts or
no money, but it has been like, people like, well, this is kind of who we are and whatever, and we think it would be really great if you could just kind of promote that. Like, I'll promote something if I agree with it, but if it's something I like don't really understand, it's a little bit murky, and I'm like, I don't really get what's going on here, then no, I'm just gonna avoid.
so you don't want, yeah, you've had like groups and you don't have to say who they are, like reach out for you to be, hey, be attached to us and you can be like
Yeah,
under our wing
yeah,
and then uh wow.
kind of weird, honestly, but you know, it is what
It
it
is.
is.
It does feel, I mean, my college did not have sororities or fraternities. We had
Mm.
sports though. And when I was going out, I was a springboard diver in college. And when
Oh, that's
they
cool.
didn't have like rush, but they would kind of initiate the freshmen and they gave us many shots of Majorska vodka and I remember smelling it and I was like, I feel like this could take the paint off my car and I would just alternate I would every other shot like when I would take and weren't looking I would put it in the house plant and I just was like cuz
Uh-huh.
I'm going to die. They're going to throw
Oh
me in the
yeah.
Long Island Sound and I'm not going to come out. I had a point. The point is, yeah, this does feel a lot like Rush. Like, oh, you're like this new girl, like on the scene. Who's gonna grab you up? It does seem very high school.
Hmm. It is. I don't think people ever grow up, you know. And maybe it's because
No,
we're like tribalistic, so you'd like to have your team or whatever. But yeah, I get it. It's whatever. But I kind of like to just, you know, stick to myself. I honestly, I'm like kind of people. I guess I have so many enemies because I don't like most people. I would just rather go home and do my own thing, you know.
yeah.
And
Do you feel, Lily, like the Haktua girl has stolen some of your spotlight?
I mean, more power to her. I hope she makes something of it, to be honest. I think it's awesome. She's funny. You know, she's got a good attitude.
She met Shaq. She was on stage with God at some country concert.
Oh, I saw that. Who was he? What was it? Zach Bryan?
I think so.
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
You should show that to your brothers. Be like, "Look, this could have been me, and I could have helped your music career."
Yeah. She went about it in a better way, because nobody wants to be associated with somebody who's considered racist. So I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, she's got a
What?
better.
Who are these people? Come on, you're not hanging with the right people. I have tons of racist friends.
I'm not even racist, though. That's the funny part.
I know, and that's the thing is the people who joke about it are the least racist people,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's what
Absolutely.
the internet sometimes doesn't get.
Hmm. I know. I just want people to be able to say what they want, you know, and it's not a big deal. Like, it needs to go back to like how it was in the 80s and even the 90s, where people could just have jokes, you know, and enjoy their life and say whatever they want and not feel like they're going to get in trouble for every second word.
Yeah, because we're too documented now. Social media has
Yeah.
ruined it.
Yeah.
What's up, Cole Hauser? It's okay, Lily. I used to have Riga on YouTube. Oh, okay. Oh, I have to use Riga on YouTube. Okay. Wow.
Happens.
See, look, how could I be racist if I have Cole Hauser here, my black fan? No. My African American. I sound like Trump. Row House. What was Lily's reaction to Alex Stein eating that large burrito and biting his lip so hard that it bled? I missed that part. I saw you did the show, but I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
Christy and
I thought
Alex.
it was like like a bit at first. I thought it was like a part of the
What?
joke, and I was like, holy shit, he actually did bite his lip.
I'm gonna look this up. This sounds
Yeah.
disgusting. Okay,
Yeah.
Alex Stein. Did you go in studio or were you did you zoom in?
I just zoomed in. I actually got to meet him though in person this weekend.
Oh,
So that was
wow. Where were you?
we were up doing the culture war with Tim Pool and stuff. So me and him
Oh,
did that.
okay.
Yeah, he's awesome. I love Alex.
Tim is awesome. Tim is so
Yeah.
awesome. And
He really is too.
he's a really solid dude. People give him a ton of shit. He's in a tough position. I think he's got to like guard. He's got to like have a fortress around him because you know, he guards like who he lets in, and you have to when you're at that level.
Right. But no, he was one of the ones that I was like, oh wow, you're actually like a solid dude. Like I actually like you. I like Alex. You know, I've been finding more. I think I've been connecting with more like real, genuine people lately, and that's kind of comforting. You know, I'm like, whew, I think I finally found my team.
Oh, faux show. Kohlhauser already gave Chrissy an N-word pass. You get one. Wow, you're getting one too, Lily.
Wow, thank you.
Now, how does it work, Kohlhauser? Can I only use it once? Is it like a get out of jail free card, or is it like a handicap placard? I can use it all the time. All right, I'll have to figure that out. What's up, Jake? Jake Coulter, thank you. Turning Point acts like they're Israel first at times. Dems need blacks, uneducated fathers not in the home, and both genders reacting with and deciding based on emotion. I definitely agree with you on that second part about Democrats. I don't know Turning Point well enough. Like I've only been to that one event, so I don't really know what they're about all the way. But thank you, Jay. Do you agree with any of this, Lily?
Well, like you, I only went to that one Turning Point and I was there for like an hour. So I honestly don't really know what they stand for. But I mean, if he says that, sure, I'll.
Okay, now this is very this is my only Asian fan, Young Pei Chang. What's up, Young Pei? Do you prefer White Claws? This is a very important question. Do you prefer White Claws or High Noons?
Okay, I have never had a high noon before. Never.
Girl, you're missing out.
Okay.
See, I thought for sure I was gonna guess that you were gonna say that White Claws were trash and that you were either a High Noon or a Truly girl. But if you're gonna have a High Noon, just have the peach one. Those are the best.
Okay, that's a good. To be honest, I do like how the High Noons look better. Like the bottles look cool. I like the graphic design on there. They look better than the White Claw. Yeah,
the packaging is way better. My camera just took a shit. Hold on, coming back. Here I am. Okay, yeah, the High Noons packaging is better. Dang, I really miss drinking. It's all right. Only a few more months of breastfeeding. It's fine. I'm gonna be okay. Kohlhauser, it's a lifetime, Chrissy. Wow, look at that.
That's very generous.
My friend Gino Bisconti is calling. I wonder if he's calling because he has a question for you. Okay. Gino Bisconti, you're on live with me and Lilly Gaddis, the N-word girl. Hello.
Oh, that's right. You're going live. Hi, Lilly Gaddis. It's not important. But let me tell you, this nigga's a big fan, Lily.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
I'm a fan too.
Oh my God. You two would be peas in a pod.
I didn't say it with the hard R, but I'll tell you this. Well, hearing her say it makes me hard R than I've ever been in my life.
Wow. Oh my God. Gino, do you have any questions for Lily now that I have you here?
I do not. I have no questions. I have nothing. I didn't realize I was interrupting your stream. I was completely unrelated.
Oh, were you calling about what we the meeting we had this morning?
I was calling about the text messages I just got.
Oh, I haven't been looking at my phone because I'm doing an important interview that you just interrupted.
Yeah, this nigger is.
Oh my God, Gino!
I'm sorry. Is it that one?
This is why you're like a little demonetization bomb. No, it's fine. Every time I have Gavin on, Lily, he says the N-word and I have to straight up edit it out because he doesn't go. He goes hard R every time.
I said it with the H.
AH. Okay. Tell it to the
apologize.
mod.
I would never try to demonetize you. I'm so sorry, baby.
Okay, Gino. I'll tell you later.
All right, later, love.
Okay, bye. Aw. Huh. Well, I thought he was doing this was about to be a call-in show. Oh well. Cole Hauser, Chrissy, you need to have Lilly and Ryan on. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's another person that you would get along with, Ryan Kinnell. He's part of Geeks and Gamers.
Okay.
Very, very nerdy, very angry, but fun. Like he's not racist, but he's funny. Like he makes racist jokes, like I do. So
Right.
it's just
If anything, I feel like that makes race relations better if we can like joke
it
amongst each other.
does.
Like
Right,
if I
because
was black, I would feel so bad if like anytime I walked in a room, like the white people were like all uptight because they don't want to offend me. You know what I mean? Versus if we can all like riff back and forth, like then there's no racial tension.
the only people that are uncomfortable are white people because black people are super comfortable making fun of white people. They've never been uptight about it. They've never been like, oh no, we don't want to upset the white people. No, they enjoy upsetting white people. So I mean, yeah. I don't know why we're working on it, guys. We're pulling down barriers. Oh, it's Nicholas Gurr. I said your full name. Your formal name. Lilly, love you. I'm a big fan.
Oh, thank you. I love your name is funny.
Oh, Nick. Oh shit. Okay. What? Okay. I like that you said in one of your TikToks, like my type is broke mechanics and hippie surfer dudes.
Yes.
Broke mechanic is very specific, and also how can mechanics be broke because they charge so much for every little
This
thing?
is actually true. No, but there is a very specific one in mind. The guy that goes and fixes my car every time. He's so cute. He's so cute.
So you were specifically talking about him. Did he hear your TikTok? Does he know you have a crush on him?
I don't know. I don't know. No, he probably. Hopefully, he's not on social media. But no, yeah, definitely not. Like, I don't like the bougie guys. You know, I prefer the poor, fun ones.
The poor ones are more fun. It's true.
They are.
I'm seeing a lot of comments in the chat. People think that you're a psyop. Why is this something that's going around, or let you're some sort of spy, Jewish spy? I've heard. Not even. I don't even know what that would be.
I don't even know. Like, I mean, I have no idea where that came from. I assume it happened because like everything blew up so fast. So people are like, well, that's not possible. Like can't be organic. You know, it has to be Mossad or doing it. But then I was thinking the other day, I was like, that's the psyop. That's a way of like discrediting people just because they accidentally go viral all of a sudden and be like, don't listen to anything she has to say because it's fake, you know? Like, y'all are the psyops, not me.
Not that it doesn't take much to go viral on TikTok, but it's set up in such a way that you get like exponentially more views than you would on other apps.
Yeah.
Did you change your last name? Did you have like a name change at one point?
Yes, everybody thinks this is like such a gotcha. It's kind of like weird, but okay, so I did not have like a good relationship with my dad growing up. He was not like a good person at all. And so I just, you know, my mom's amazing. So I wanted to kind of have my name changed to reflect her maiden name because I did not want to carry his last name. So it's kind of weird. Like, that's why I don't want to go into it. But I mean, yeah, I got my name legally changed. So it's not a big gotcha. It's just, it's just an unfortunate past.
But these things get, come to the surface when you have a lot of people on the internet kind of like digging at your life history, I guess.
Right.
Do you still talk to your dad at all?
No, I haven't spoken to him in like 7 years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter. It's like shit happens again.
I used to have issues with my dad, and like there was a period maybe of like a year or more where I wasn't talking to him after my mom had a horrific brain cancer, and they didn't have a good marriage, and he decided that he was going to take care of her all by himself when she got sick, I think in a way to make up for the marriage. And I I also think not that he was cheap, but he didn't want to spend money on like 24/7 care, but he should have because he was
Right.
not equipped to like be lifting a grown woman to and from the bathroom, and he like pulled his back out, and he screamed at me. He was like, "Why didn't you quit your job to come help?" And I was like, "What the fuck? You didn't ask this of my brother or sister. Like, why am I the one that has to quit their job?" And he was really shitty to me, and that was one of the hardest things that I had to do was just not like, what can you do at that point? You have to
Yeah.
you have to check your boundaries, and even when it's family, like, yeah, you sometimes have to go a year or more without talking to that person. And then I went on Jesse Lee Peterson's show, and I was kind of talking about it, and I didn't want to come off like, oh, I'm this comedian with dad issues, but
Yeah.
it did sort of come off that way. And he said something to me. He's like, you have to just forgive your father. I don't know, the way he was saying it, it really got through to me, and
Yeah.
it helped to kind of melt the I did forgive him because I always thought the way to fix my relationship with my dad would be to, like, sit him down and hash it out and be like, "This is what you did, over or said over the years that hurt my feelings," but no, you don't have to do all that. I just sort of was like, "No, he's a man, he's an immigrant who was doing the best he could at the time with his
Right.
limitations," and I just was sort of like, uh what I'm saying is, like, I don't know, do you ever see a point where you might wanna reconvene with your dad, or is it just, like, one of these situations where you're like, "Nope." It's
Yeah, no. Well, the thing is, it's like when people cross like certain lines or whatever, and you know that they don't care, like he doesn't care, he's never like cared or whatever. I'm giving so much fodder to now that people, oh my God, daddy issues or whatever. But no, probably never gonna happen. No.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
like, it's not one of those things where I like think about it. In fact, I never really think about it. So, it's not like I've got this grudge or whatever, and it's just eating away at me. Like, it's just, again, shit happens. And if they're your dad or your mom, they're still just people at the end of the day. And sometimes people are shitty people. So, what can you do?
That's kind of the challenge of adulthood is seeing your parents as just other people rather than
Right.
idolizing them.
Right.
And yeah, I would think after 6 years, it gets to this place where, like, you're someone that I used to know, and I hate to say that 'cause then the song
Oh,
then the
yeah, I
song gets in
know.
your head. It's like,
Yeah. But you know how to,
uh,
and now that like you're a mom and I'm a mom, like, it is crazy how those things come in perspective. But you just got
it
to try to be like the best mom you can be now, right?
it is crazy. I can't believe I am a mom. I look at this kiddo all the time, and I'm like, I don't how did this happen? What the fuck is going on with my camera? I swear to God, you buy a cam link, you get all the right
Oh no, we've lost her.
on. I'm here. I'm just ranting about, you buy the equipment, you do all the right things, and still you bump into it and it unplugs itself. Okay. Okay. Are you in Is your baby's dad in his life much?
No, no,
No.
I haven't spoken to him like in a long ass time. So he's completely not involved, which is fine. It's like I would rather have that than constant fighting. So it is what it is. Again, shit happens. You just roll with the punches and you get over it, and life goes on.
Has he, like, tried to be in your kid's life much, or was it like a cutoff?
Yeah, it was just like a harsh cut. Moved apart. It's like doesn't want anything to do with whatever. But
That
it's
must be really hard.
I mean, to be honest, like just knowing how like my dad was and whatever, and even as a kid, I would be like, man, I wish I just never even knew my dad. So I feel like sometimes maybe no dad is better than a bad one. So you know, that's how I've at least made it, whatever. But
Yeah.
and the way I am, like I don't really I don't really mull over things or whatever. It's like shit happens, you just move on. So
When's your
I'm fine.
birthday, Lily?
Yeah.
What are you? What's your birthday?
December 18th.
Are you Sagittarius?
I think so. Is that December one?
I think so. Sorry to make this about astrology, men in the chat. They hate when I get into this.
The boys do hate that.
They do. They go, "Ugh." It's like I'm talking Chinese to them. Um, yeah. Man, I'm sorry to hear that about but you know what? Yeah, there were times when I was a kid that my parents fought constantly,
Yeah.
mostly about money. Um, and then occasionally my mom would like cry. Like my dad would just make like a misjudgment. Like one time bought her like a children's bracelet from like the children's jewelry section at Macy's, and
Yeah.
my mom took it as a sign that like dad thought she was fat again, and
Oh
um
no.
she had a
I get
complex
it
over
though.
that.
It happens. Like, and I feel like it's not very rare these days, especially. Like, I feel like a lot of people have had that same thing. It like, it does suck that, like, um, you know, it can't all be good, but life is not good, right? So we just have to try to make the best of it.
Oh, I would say, do you worry about since you are based and you're not like a feminist or anything, do you worry about like having a male influence in your kid's life, as they get older?
Right. Well, like, I've got like four brothers, so he's got very involved.
Oh,
They come, like, I live close nearby to them. They live like an hour away. So they come up and they bring the boat out with him. And, I have like, yeah, he's got a good circle. So I'm not actually worried about that at all. Like
okay.
they're good, like blue collar, conservative boys. They shoot guns and they
Yeah.
take him out surfing and whatever. So he's going to be fine.
Okay. He has people to just throw him off a dock, chuck him off a dock into the
Oh, yeah.
water
Yeah,
occasionally.
absolutely.
Okay, good. Oh, do you have any sisters?
I don't. I always kind of wished I had had a sister, but no, it was all brothers. More
You're
fun
giving
though that way.
You do give off like a guy's girl vibe, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I'm kind of like, I was always a massive tomboy. Like, even I didn't really start like even wearing makeup or being like girly. So I was like 16 or whatever. Was not interested in
Man.
boys. Like, didn't even kiss anybody till I was like 18. So yeah, I was just had
My
fun.
first kiss technically was 1st grade, even though, like,
Aw, that's so
I didn't know what I was
cute.
doing. No one used any tongue. I
Yeah.
remember I was sitting with Johnny Meyer, who is now gay and runs a florist on Long Island, owns a florist. Shout out to Johnny Meyer. We were sitting with our 3rd grade buddy, and I don't know what happened. We just sort of like
Oh,
fell
that's so
like
cute
like the
though.
2 dogs with the magnet faces,
Uh-huh.
like, we just sort of and I remember the 3rd grade buddy was like, "Ew," and I don't even know if we knew what we were doing, like, maybe
Right.
that's not even considered a real first kiss. Technically,
I would say
first real
that
kiss
counts.
was 14 with Phil Giamarino at Oceanside Pool,
Oh, okay, at the pool.
and he at the pool, I was a pool rat, he was shirtless, he was sweaty, and, I think he said, "I love you," after that, and I was like I even knew then, I was like, "This is not how this works. You don't just say I love you after
Yeah.
it's I'm like, "It doesn't work like that, Phil.
Yeah.
God."
It wasn't with the program.
It didn't work out ultimately because he was such a shitty diver.
Uh-oh.
I was embarrassed to be associated with him.
Wait, is that how, I guess that's how you wanted to get into the diving world, right?
I was a swimmer. I was on a swim
Okay.
team, and I was, like, paddling with a kickboard, and then I looked over at
Mhm.
the diving tank, and I was like, "Boy, that looks like way more fun," and
Yeah.
I was a gymnast. I started, like, at 9 years old, which is way too late. You might as well start when you're 30 because your boobs are already well on their way. So, but it was more fun. It was more similar to gymnastics, and the swimming is just redundant and boring unless you're fast, which I
Right.
wasn't. So
Yeah, swimming's rough. I had to do a lot of that like a couple years back, and I was in the pool doing all my laps and whatever. And boy, it is such a boring. It's so boring to train swimming, you know?
it's better than running on a treadmill, but like if you need something redundant, like to
Yeah.
feel like a gerbil on a wheel, hamster, whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, I used to pee in the pool. Who doesn't pee in the pool? Every professional, any swimmer, diver who's like doing it, we all pee in the pool, okay? We don't have time to go and pee elsewhere.
No. Who has time for that? Everybody pees in the pool, and if you say you don't, you're a liar.
Yeah, we're all very hydrated. It's fine.
Right.
Duck goes quack quack. Let's be real. Lily doesn't know what it's like being black. The only way she could is if she painted her face super dark and walked around and filmed it. How did you do that? Okay. I don't know why they're suggesting you do blackface. That would be funny though.
Yeah.
Cyberbully, if your father leaves you, you get a free N-word pass. That's true.
I've always said that. I was like, dude, I'm basically black. Like, I have a child out of wedlock. I have my father is not in my life. Like, I'm black. Like, I should be able to say
You and I should go loot a Target together.
yes. We should get all the free
Yeah.
lipstick we want.
Yes. Duck goes quack. Everyone handles childhood trauma differently. For instance, Chrissy used to poop outside in her yard. Okay. That was like I was gonna say that was one time, but that would be a lie. I often would forget the key to my house.
Yeah,
My mom had to go back to work when I was in first grade, but whatever, big deal.
that's fine. Get you a
We can't all
shovel, dig you a little hole. You're good.
Yes, it's a big deal. I was a Girl Scout, you know?
Yeah,
That's essentially a merit badge right there. And
right.
sometimes I'd be stranded outside my house for hours and like, what do you want me to do? Poop in my pants?
Right. I'm actually
Like
impressed. Chrissy can rough it.
I can rough it. Yeah. And sometimes I could break into the porch, but there's still no bathroom in the porch.
Right.
I don't know why I went into all that. K-Max, Lily, you met David Duke at this AFPAC conference too. What kind of guest would he make for Chrissy? I think the talking and his reputation would harm Chrissy too much. Who is David Duke? I've heard
Yeah, I had
so much
always
about
heard
him.
his name. I had always heard his name. Like I knew it was this something. And Sneeko was doing an interview with him, and he was like, so he was there with the group that I was with. I think he's like a clan member or something.
Is he clan adjacent? Oh,
Yeah,
David Duke. I've heard his name a million times. I've never looked him
yeah,
up. American politician, white supremacist, anti-Semitic. Oh, that's Wikipedia. They say all that shit about me too, so you
right.
can't
So it's
give them
actually
any
kind of hard to believe
credence.
they actually are. I didn't
Let's
actually
call
hear.
him a white enthusiast.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't hear him say anything like crazy.
Okay.
The only thing that kind of like you may not, I wouldn't want to have him on my show because he won't shut the fuck up. Like,
Oh, really? He's chatty.
yeah, it was kind of weird. It was like we would be trying to go and get into the taxi or whatever, and he would be like telling his story or whatever, and we were trying to like get our bags in and whatever, and he would get like mad at you if you weren't giving him like your full attention.
I hate people like that. I hate people like that. Or like
Yeah,
the kind of person where if like you're checking your phone or you're like doing work, they go,
right.
"Oh, excuse me, I'm not more interesting than your phone." Or like, "Could you put down your
Yes.
phone and talk?" Some people who think they're so fucking like they've just met you, yet they think they
Yes.
deserve all of your attention, or they
Yeah.
oh, I can't
It's the
stand that
worst.
shit.
No, that's how he was. And then he would say like really mean things. Like he said some like really smart remark to me and I was, because this is this like old man. He's like 90 or something. So I naturally
Ew.
had this like, kind of like, like I was like, he's my
Old
elder.
people
Okay, old man.
respect, sure.
Yeah. So yeah, it was very odd. Yeah, I wasn't a fan. I thought he was kind of an asshole.
Ugh, old people, no thanks. Matthew Hammond, did you see that the FBI under Robert Mueller pushed white Supremes rally in Florida in 2005, 2006 under then Director Robert Mueller? It makes you wonder if this is done on purpose to divide us.
Yeah. I would say
Yeah. Matthew
I
Hammond
don't
usually has very smart things to say. I don't know too much about this. But yeah, I would say tons of shit is done on purpose to divide us.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like all the race stuff, it's just a great way to divide us.
Yard pooper. Come on, you guys have pooped in your yards. Daniel Jagger, going to need to put a padlock on the light shades of of makeup. Okay, Daniel. Cole Hauser, Az and Ryan are my Regas. Now you guys are my Regas. Thank you, Cole Hauser.
Yes.
I feel loved. Cole Hauser will have to come with us when we loot the Target. T-Dog, I live in Raleigh. There are things I'd like to ask you specifically about nerds with chips on their shoulder. Were you a bully?
Was I a bully? I I wasn't like mean. I'm not a mean person necessarily, but I just wouldn't hang out. Like if you were weird, I would be like, ugh. I wouldn't hang out with you. But I never went out of my way to be weird, to be mean to somebody unless they came for me, and then I'll unleash the smoke.
Were you cool in high school?
I was always a pretty good athlete, so I was, I did okay.
Volleyball?
No,
Field
well,
hockey?
No, I did
You
track and
seem
cross
like a
country.
field hockey person.
Yeah, I mean, I could have done that. I'm just so uncoordinated when it comes to like that sort of thing, like the
Balls and
volleyball.
sticks.
Yeah,
Okay.
not coordinated.
So you ran cross country?
Yeah, and track.
Okay. Oh, my race was was it 50-meter hurdles? Whatever the shortest
Ooh,
amount of hurdles you can do.
okay, that's tough. So you were more of a sprinter.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
But I was on I was extremely slow on cross country, but I was inspired by the tortoise and the hare. I
Yeah.
thought that one day I would win. Slow and Steady does not win the race, not when there's Kenyans involved.
No, no, it doesn't. That's an unfair advantage.
No, yeah. James Sharp, no. David Duke is an actual Klansman. Wikipedia is
Oh.
accurate for once. He has run for office as both a Democrat and a Republican. Yikes. He seems very canceled and probably for good reason.
I mean, personally, like, I don't want to cancel anybody for whatever, but I didn't like him because I thought he was an asshole. Like, I didn't really know much about him, but I was like, you're a dick. I don't like you.
Yeah. I don't like that you meet somebody right away and then you're like, they expect all of your time.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know that I would want David Duke on, like, I don't know, the idea of it, because he is very taboo and very, very canceled, I guess. If it had no effect on my channel, would I still want to have him on? I don't know. I have to do a ton of research. Would it be fun for me? Probably not. He doesn't sound like a good hang.
Right. I mean, the thing is, you gotta like weigh the pros and cons. Like, you would tank your channel and not even really get a good conversation out of it. So it's like,
I would have him. Yeah, I'll have him on Rumble.
okay.
Duck goes quack. As a woman on the internets, I'm assuming you see your share of D pics. What would you guess to be the racial split of those? Wow. What a question.
Racial split of those. What does that mean? Like more black guys or
are
more
you getting?
white guys?
Yeah, I guess so. What's your?
No, you know what happens is that
ratio?
under like in comment threads when somebody's like insulting me or whatever, it'll be like a blurred image. So I just do never click on a blurred image anymore because that's always what it is. And I'm like, God, cover my eyes. But I would say it's like kind of equal, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you had any famous people in your DMs propositioning you?
Not like necessarily propositioning me. No.
Like for a date or for a hookup, or just saying like, "Hey,
just like talking.
I like what you're doing.
Like
I like the cut of your jib."
That's more it. Yeah, it's just like friendly, respectable talking.
Really? No actual offers of sex?
No. I don't think
Okay.
I don't know. I hope I don't give off that vibe because that's not like really, the vibe I'm trying to get off, so but
Just a lot
so
of
far everybody's been very respectful.
A lot of hungry men in your DMs wondering what you were cooking. What were you cooking?
Okay. I've been absolutely flamed for all the garlic powder.
Was it chicken with? I saw sriracha. I saw garlic powder.
No, we were grilling that day, and so I was just like, I'm just gonna throw all of this stuff like in. Sorry, there's some rowdy flags beside me.
Lock your doors, Lily.
I know, right? Anyway, we were grilling, so I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna do a marinade. This is just gonna sit in all of this for a while. So I just like threw all the spices that I basically had, and it marinated like all day, and then we grilled it later. So that's why it didn't really matter like the amount I put in there, because it was just a marinade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At least you cook. I don't even try anymore. I could cook. I just don't, because I'm out of practice, and it's like a fat person, like an obese person. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to like an F-45 or like what's that other class? that's hardcore, like the high circuit training. I don't know. It's just
Like
like you're
one of the
so at it,
Pilates classes?
like you're so out of your league, you're gonna look stupid, and that's how I feel about cooking.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I would need to go back to just scrambled eggs again and get my bearings. T-Dog says, I was weird. It was my fault then. Okay. Cole Hauser says, Chrissy, I would be honored to loot a Target with you.
Let's all
It,
go. We're gonna make a
it
day of it.
we should, although I fear it might be too late that they've put all those plastic security devices
Oh,
around
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Damn it. Dreams Lunatic. Chrissy, Lilly would be great for Simcast. I agree. If you're ever free on a Sunday evening in your car, I would love to have you on.
Okay.
It's really just this, but with 9 more women.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Junior says, what's Lily's favorite racist joke?
I don't have any. I'm not like a joke. I don't really have those jokes or riddles. I don't have one.
Yeah,
Like, I can
people
appreciate a good one when I hear it, but
yeah, Junior. Lily doesn't have like just jokes saved up, ready to go.
I save that for other people who send me memes and stuff. I can appreciate it.
Oh, okay. Lily for Simcast. Okay, everyone wants you on. Okay, we could do that if you're interested.
That sounds fun.
What do you think, Lily? What is the biggest misunderstanding about you that you'd say?
I would say the grift thing because, like, you know, this wasn't a plan. Like, it kind of just blew up, you know, and happened. And now I'm just kind of like, and you know what I do find stupid is like people are like, oh, she's just in it for the money. I'm like, dude, I've blown up many other
money?
What
What
money?
money?
What money? What fucking money? I've made no money on this. Like, first of all, what
Like
money?
maybe Twitter. I mean, I think you and I have almost similar amount, and I get maybe $100 from Twitter whenever they
The Twitter
pay
thing.
out.
It's basically nothing. Like, people
Yeah.
think you are. I think people have this conception that you like rake in the dough from social media.
It's nice. It's something,
Yeah.
but I'm not. No one's putting a roof over their head with their Twitter money. Maybe
No.
some people are.
No, like, thank God I have savings. But yeah, I would say the grift thing's retarded because it's like, first of all, I've made no money at this. And second of all, like, the people like throwing me under the bus and just being like, oh, she just wants to make a career and make money off this. I'm like, that's what you're doing. Like, what else would you suggest I do? Go panhandle on the street? Like, I have a family to feed, you know, and since I've been thrown into this world, I'm like, all right, let's just see if I can, you know, do something for the country and just keep on doing what I was already doing. And if I can figure out a way to like make money off it too, awesome. But like, I don't see how that's like a bad thing. Like, you know, it's either that or try to go get a fast food job.
If you want to be, I guess, a culture commentator or a political like talking head or something, like if you're doing it just for attention's sake, that's people will find that out pretty quick. You'll be like a flash in the pan, and then you'll kind of simmer off. And maybe some people think that's what you are, but again, like, you're still in your moment, and you have time to figure out what you're gonna do with this. And if anything, you know, like, nobody goes to school to just be a like an online personality.
Right.
There's
I know,
no path for it.
Yeah, like, I would be saying these things regardless of whether I had a platform or not. Like, I was saying these things when I had my TikTok and I had like just a few followers. But it's just like one of those things, you know. Like, I think a lot of people think I just decided to become a conservative for this or whatever. And I'm like, y'all, I have always been like this. I just happen to have a platform now, you know. So
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. And I think there's funny, even if you had like you did have a regular job, you would be saying this stuff. Like, if you got close with some, like a buddy at the office, you'd be, I usually in all my jobs, like, always found at least one person to kind of like joke to on the side.
Yeah, you have to like suss them out, you know.
It takes months.
The first phase.
It's a flash in the pan and simmer off. I'm thinking about food, Erica. That's what it is. Because I'm thinking about how I don't cook, and but I can clean. So, and I can fold. I can do Asian folding. I read Marie Kondo's Tidying Up, and I really like perfected my folding.
That's good. See, you're the opposite of me. I like to cook, but I hate the cleaning up process.
I would so much rather clean up after somebody else cooks. It's like satisfying to do. Oh my god, what was I gonna ask you about? Oh, I watched a couple people's, like, videos on you, takes of you, and one was so funny. This guy was like, "We shouldn't give Lilly any attention." I'm like, "You're literally doing a video about her, you retard." Like,
I
you're
know.
what the way if you really think she shouldn't get any attention, then don't mention her. Don't title your video, "Lilly Gaddis' 15 minutes of fame."
Yeah. I don't even watch those videos. They're so stupid, and like I'm just like, I don't even care. So I basically
That
watched none of the hit videos because they're all dumb, and I'm like, how are you guys are so retarded? You act like you know me. I'm like, you have no
it's
idea who.
it's fan fiction, they're like, "Who do I" they'll just create someone in their mind, and they wanna be
Yeah,
they want like, you're kind of new-ish, I guess, in terms of, like, internet content, so they go, "Oh, I'll write the story of Lilly," and you know what? You
right.
just have to tell your own story and tell these people to fuck off.
Yeah.
Rupert the Octopus says, "Fact, women who say N-word have gone up massively in stock value on the dating market." Aw.
Oh
Rupert, you
no.
single? Matthew Hammond, Lily is fun, fun, fun. Do you remember the meme, Lily? There was like this kid with the bowl haircut. It was a
Yeah,
blonde boy. And he's like, when I'm with friends, I like to have fun, 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 fun.
that's kind of accurate. Yeah.
Oh God, I'm obsessed with him. He was probably molested. I interviewed him too, though. I forget his name.
Oh really?
I
That's
forget his name.
awesome.
Somebody in the chat will remember. I think he teaches children's music classes now. Cole Hauser says, Chrissy, for me, I saw Lily's video, made sense, spoke the truth, uh and that was it to followed. I'm like, she speaks like I do. See? He likes you. He likes you, Lily. All right. Cool, cool. Thanks, buddy. Okay. I am afraid that Lily's phone is gonna die at any moment. She's in her car. I don't want you to get attacked by the you know who's. Rowhouse says if only Lily could be a guest on Simcast, I think she would love the show. We're definitely gonna get her on, Rowhouse. And T Dog says seriously, I live in North Carolina. Could we talk?
Yeah, I live. Who was the other guy that said he lived in Raleigh? I live near Wilmington, so I'm like pretty close to Raleigh and all that. In
Okay,
fact,
cool.
actually, I'm looking for a tech nerd. So if any tech nerds who know how to run stuff is like in the Wilmington area, let me know.
Are you gonna start a podcast?
I might. I think so. But like, I don't know about the tech. I'm so not tech savvy. Like, it's just overwhelming. You know, like I can make
It
the
is.
content stuff, but I don't know how all that works. I'd rather almost just like be like, okay, does somebody want to like work with me? And if we grow
Just
something,
pay somebody to do it. Yeah.
yeah.
I feel that. I totally feel that. Lily, you're a doll. I look forward to see what you do next. If anything, who knows? Or you could just go
Yeah.
go back, get a regular job, change your name,
Yeah.
and you'll be
Third
fine.
time's the charm.
You'll be fine. Fuck the haters. Where can people follow you? Anything else you're working on? What people can expect?
I mean, you can follow me on my Twitter. It's just like Google, look up Lily and you'll find it. And then everything else is linked on there. But yeah, I'm just kind of like navigating right now, just figuring out, winging it. I'm honestly just winging it right now. So we'll see. And yeah, I'm so glad you had me on your show. I've always like thought you were so funny, and like genuinely funny people is so hard to find. So keep it up. I
Oh,
appreciate it.
thank you. You are my favorite Jewish spy that I have ever had
Yay.
on the show
That's
by a,
awesome.
by a long shot. Everyone follow Lily. Your handle is LLDDIISS, which is very annoying, but
I know. I need to get a better handle.
it's all good. Thank you to the chat for your comments and questions. And yeah, Lily, we'll get you on Simcast if you're interested.
All right. Sounds good.
Cool. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.